saying is dumb. You realize that a lot of these creeps that run around and try to just feed you that bullshit energy is lying to you. You will realize that. But since you refuse to do any research, any critical thinking, any common sense, anything, you come to the page and write dumb shit and tag me every time something say Black Lives Matter and ask me about $90 million. If you just did 1 inch of research, you would know I don't know where no fucking $90 million is. You would know I've never been a part of Black Lives Matter organization. But since you don't, you come here with this dumb shit. It is annoying. And I know it's trolls, but it's just getting annoying. Like, you gotta have something else to do. You gotta have something else to do with your time, bro. They come here with troll shit, asking me about $90 million. Where's the money? Like, the shit is... No, the numbers gave me the perception. Like, you can do the research. Black men are getting killed by police at higher rates, not more, because we're only 14% of the population, right? But if you look at the percentage-wise of black people dying by the hands of police, we are dying at the highest percentage. That is a fact. That ain't what the media told me. If every time I turn on TV, a black man got shot down, and you look at the situation and be like, yo, that shit don't even make sense. Why they shot him down? The media didn't tell me that. I could see with my own eyes. You're not even being able to see with your own eyes. When we watched George Floyd die, we saw George Floyd get choked. We watched the man choke George Floyd. That's a fact. You know, when I looked at Breonna Taylor was dead. Her boyfriend shot a warning shot, which is leaked. These are all things that are being said. They came up with fake things to get a warrant. The paperwork said that. We looked into everything we did before we went out there and said, yo, we getting behind something. You know? So when you come to here with these right-wing talking points, dumb shit, I don't want to hear about stupidity, man. Yeah, the percentage of black men killing each other is higher. It is. Just like the percentage of white men killing each other is higher. It's called proximity killing, but the bottom line is black people are dealing with more trauma and poverty than anybody else in the world. So when we have those conversations, we can't forget that part. Because somehow that part continues to get left out. Right? That poverty is trauma. And trauma is violence. Right? So if we're not having real conversations, when we look at the conditions of the people that's committing the crime, they are the most poverty-stricken areas. There's no area where black people inhabit that is not riddled with poverty, that violent crimes are being committed. Show me that. Show me the place where poverty-stricken black people, where well-to-do black people are out here shooting and killing each other. You can't. There's a direct correlation to poverty and violence. So if I knew the direct correlation to violence was poverty, then I would work on trying to end the poverty. I mean, it's not really, you don't gotta be a fucking rocket scientist to understand that. So the answer to stopping crime is not more police, it's harsher laws. No, it's more resources and opportunities. It isn't like, it don't take a rocket scientist. When people have resources and opportunities, they're a lot less likely to commit crimes. Yeah, create opportunities, but it's easier said than done. If I'm hanging around people that create opportunities and I've been taught how to create opportunities and shit. Because that's why, unfortunately, the conversation we having about creating opportunities is what's happening, right? Crime was opportunities created. That's what happened. That's what crime is. That's what drug dealing was, right? Somebody created opportunities. Nobody showed the drug dealer how to play the stock market. The nigga that's gambling and rolling dice all day how to play the stock market. Nobody showed the hustler and said, hey, the drug dealer how to open up a pharmacy. How to create his own business, that until he started to get this money and move around and have opportunities and build with people who have more knowledge than he did. He didn't even understand the world existed then. I.e. Jay-Z, 50 Cent, Puff Daddy, Dame Dash. Like, these brothers was in the streets. You know, they was in the streets. And then when somebody told them, yo, you know you can do this, right? You know you can do this. And they said, word. And they took the same hustle mentality and made it legitimate. There's a lot of brothers that don't make it to make it legitimate. You know, shout out to Kevin Childs and brothers like that who you know, selling drugs in the street. Go watch my first episode of Sit Down with the Stand-Up. You know, it's sit-down conversations with stand-up individuals, and it's with my mentor, Tony Montana from Queens, who was one of the biggest drug dealers in the Queens in the 80s. You know, and now he has a movie he produced. He's a entrepreneur. Has businesses, and he changed his life around. He ain't doing the same thing that he used to do. You know, so when you understand that when we know better, we do better. And that's what it is. Right? People are like, oh, the preacher's getting over. No, the people who give the money to the preacher, they want the preacher to look good. They happy that the preacher got a good house. I want you to tell, what I'm asking you to do is show me. But I don't understand what get tricked is. What? Tell me a person who donated. Somebody raise your hand. If you donated to Black Lives Matter, the organization, and you're mad about what they did with the money, then raise your hand and I want to have a conversation with you. I don't want to talk about people who never donated or didn't believe it or thought it was a scam from them, all that shit, because that's just, anybody can say that. I want to speak to somebody who invested their money, right? That's what I'm saying. I want to know somebody that invested their money and they mad about what they heard about after they invested their money. You worried about the wrong. If you did not invest the money in them, I want to understand what your anger is for. If you never was, it's like me trying to argue with somebody who never was a fan of mine and saying, yo, but why you need to like me? You know, you didn't like me from the beginning. You didn't buy my music or nothing. You just hating on me now. And I can't convince you to like me. So I'm asking you to tell me one person who gave their money to Black Lives Matter, and that is saying, oh shit, I thought that Black Lives Matter was going to do this, and the third with this money, and I was hoodwinked, and I want my money back. Just want to know, that's all. I'm really interested in that conversation. But why should they have a conversation with people who don't support him anyway? Why would I get up here and have a conversation with people who their only job is to try to poke holes in everything that I say? How does that benefit me? Right? Because I'm not, and I can tell you everything right, and you got a problem for every solution. For what? Why should I have to have that conversation with you? Like I owe it to people who I don't see but my thing is this. I never saw BLM in the hood talking to the kids. I've never seen Black Lives Matter. We in the hood talking to the kids. In the hood all the time with the kids. That's part of the work I do. So when you tell me you never seen BLM in the hood with the kids, when was they ever in the hood with the kids? I'm just curious to know. When did you ever say, oh shit, BLM is in the hood? I see them outside.